Hello Blizzard fans, this is FalconPaladin coming to you with yet another daily Blizzard upload. This is a game between Railgan and Pain on Terraform, the latter edition. We haven't seen Railgan in a long time, but that's just because he's saving up a really special replay for us, and this is it. In the bottom right of Terraform, the latter edition, we have the red zerg player. It is Railgan. Railgan currently has the honor of being in the replay that is the most watched on my channel, Railgan versus BCQT. He rages a little bit at the end, but he was trying to deal with mass cyclone, so I really can't blame him. On the top left of Terraform, the latter edition, we have the blue Protoss player. It is Pain, all in capital letters. He is serious business, man. Alright, so we're actually going to go ahead and go for a quick wall off here at the choke here on the natural on Terraform. Kind of difficult to do. It's a little bit of a wide choke, but I don't think Railgun's going to be able to punish this. He's going to go ahead and try to go for the 15 hatch, but no, Pain is going to block it. Oh, Pain, you are so very annoying to all zerg players trying to do this. Actually taking several hits he didn't really need to there. And Railgun saying, you know what, I'm going to go take my natural right out here at the third base, and then maybe try to kill this probe down here at the natural and get it down at the same time. Yes! He gets the hatchery down. Oh, the probe got out of position just a little bit, and he got punished for it. And Railgun might actually just take a quick third here anyway. Look at this. 8, 9, and 3. Bam! 3 hatch before pool. The probe scouts this out fully, seeing there's no spawning pool, no gas. Has to know what's going on here. And there's not actually a forge. We did get a gateway first, as well as a nexus. With double gas, though. So we're not going too crazy with like a 3 nexus opening. That's something I want to see, actually. If anybody's ever seen a 3 nexus opening against zerg, let me know, because that'd be super fun to cast. But anyway, 3 hatch here, and we did get the spawning pool, so didn't go gas first before spawning pool. Nothing super duper greedy, but at the same time, it is a fairly risky, but also fairly standard build, depending on what the Protoss is doing. In this case, with the early Nexus, Railgun's fine, but he hasn't really scouted it. I mean, this could be a 1 base, this could be some kind of a proxy 2 gate that would just kill him right off the bat, but Railgun is confident in his build and in his micro and in his macro, and from what we've seen on the channel, he is right to be so. Alright, so getting the Cybernetics core at the front. I'm not a huge fan of getting the Cyber core here. I just feel like Hydras show up, or Roaches, or even Lings show up, and they can snipe that down pretty quickly. And it's just really exposed. I prefer to have it back here where it's much harder to kill. But you know what? Pain is a really great player, Grandmaster level here in Legacy of the Void. So he knows what he's doing. I'm not going to question him on that particular decision. Chrono boosting out the workers. Obviously, that's what we need at this point in the game for the Protoss player. The Zerg player as well is getting, what is that? A quick spine crawler. What did he scout out that makes him worried about early pressure? So 4 Lings is standard stuff, but that's spine. I don't know if he expects early adept harass or some zealot pressure possibly, but I'm a little paranoid. I haven't seen this, honestly, but maybe it'll pay off. I don't know. Railgun just kind of sacrificing a drone and 100 minerals there for reasons I don't fully understand, but again, he is also a better player than I am. So look at this spread by the Lings here, coming across the middle there, coming across this bottom lane, just trying to make sure if any adepts come his way, he knows. Because he wants to know so he can be ready for it. Sees the first adept, so that's a good scout. Recognizing there is an adept heading his way. This spine, yeah, the spine might actually be for the adept harass. Having a spine in every single one of his mineral lines. We have seen a game where he struggled mightily against a mass adept play. Having some spines might have helped with that quite a bit. So maybe he just learned from that prior experience, and he's going to go ahead and sacrifice that drone and that extra mineral, or that mineral income, to be able to deal with this problem. So here we come, going to take a quick poke from that spine crawler, going after larva, actually, is what we're doing here. Interesting play. There we go. Sonic transfer does back him out of there. I thought he was heading for the third base, but no. He backs clear the heck out. Another adept coming across the map as well. So this adept harass is going to be fairly intense. Mothership core coming out at the same time. Actually, she's just going to knock down that rock tower. So nothing too insane. Oh, an opening with an oracle here at the same time. So oracle and 2 adepts. Yes, it looks like 2 adepts, 2 psionic transfers, and boosh, there they are. Friends forever. Hanging out in the middle of nowhere, ready to kill them. Some drones are these adepts. They have little shields, don't they? They do. Alright, either way. Oracle came in here and immediately does manage to get 5 kills. Sorry I missed that, everybody. But yes, the Queen was wailing away at it. Didn't manage to do too much damage. The Adepts come in again, though. The Queen trying to kill what it can. Look at this, going after larva, though. And then backing on out. I kind of like this play from Pain. Doesn't go all the way in here to try to get drones. but by killing larva, you're kind of handicapping Railgun on how much production he can make. So I kind of like this play indeed. 2 oracles. The harass is really intense here, but Railgun does have a spore crawler in each one of his natural, or each one of his mineral lines, throwing up 2 evolution chamber and a roach warren there. Taking some hits. The 2 oracles are ready to go. They're getting scouted by this overlord though, and the queen getting shots off. Revelation going down and everything here. So that was pretty much what the oracles wanted to do. They couldn't get too many kills for Pain, but in the end they did get Revelation down. This is going to be scouted out for the Protoss player for about 49 seconds. I want to say it is. Overlord scouting in here. Does see the Stargate. Well, I guess he knew there was a Stargate, but seeing the Void Ray was a good pickup. The 3rd base is here pretty much already established for Pain. Just a few more seconds before all these buildings complete. This looks like, yeah, 2 gateways, a photon cannon, man, a pylon, a nexus. He's been very, very busy indeed. Railgun should probably be taking a 4th base here just to keep up in production, but double evolution chamber and a roach warren. Oracle's hanging out here outside of the 3rd base, just trying to see what they can see. Good inject there by Railgun. He's keeping fairly low on the energy on his queens. That one looks great. This one also in 13. Oracle's come in, going after workers immediately, out of range of that spore crawler. Oh no! Several more drones died there. Total number of 6, or 7 rather, have been destroyed by Oracle so far in this game. Void Ray is Overlord hunting. That Overlord has nowhere to go. It's going to end up dead for sure. Boop does not supply block Railgun. Very, very close to it. I guess 82 out of 82 is a supply block, isn't it? But he's getting 2 more Overlords to replace it, getting a Hydralisk Den at the same time, getting plus Missile and plus Carapace, as well as Glial Reconstitution. So definitely going Roach Hydra against this Protoss player. And what's the answer going to be from Pain is going to be the question. Another Revelation being thrown down. I don't know if that's the greatest idea, but whatever. Swinging around, taking a wide berth around that spore crawler, coming up here to the 3rd base, again out of range of that spore, just kind of hanging out, trying to see if he can pick off any workers possibly. Gonna try to get in, but the queen getting some pot shots. Another Revelation here on the 3rd base at the same time. This is actually a mass Void Ray play coming out. These roaches are all gonna get melted down. Holy smokes, that was a bad place to be, roaches. Void Rays are upset, but 5 Hydras are in production, as well as the Queens and the Spore Crawlers. Can Railgun hold this off? Is the question. I don't know, but we have everybody gathered together. 4 Queens, a couple Hydras, some Roaches. Is that enough actually to push Pain away? There were Revelations here, so he sees exactly what's coming, which is good use of Revelation if we're honest. Another one comes down. And there we go. The Queens and the Hydras going up against these Void Rays. Good micro moving back the Void Rays that are hurt, but Hydras do so well against air units, taking one of the Oracles down. Wasn't really paying attention, losing a Roach there as well. And there's the recall. Moving back on to the 3rd base. Yep, we want to make sure the 3rd base is not susceptible to counterattack. Oh my gosh, carriers on the way. We're going full Sky Toss here for Pain. And how do we deal with Sky Toss is the question for Railgun. He probably wants Parasitic Bomb. Parasitic Bomb from the Viper is probably a good answer here, as well as just Hydras, Corruptors, everything that does well against carriers, against Void Rays. And look at this Void Ray count. It is getting bigger and bigger by the minute. 9 total Void Rays, nothing much on the ground. Worker count is 66 to 61 total Harvesters. Let's see if we can do... Yeah, so there you go. We can get a Resources loss down here as well. We'll pull that up a little bit later if we need to. Somebody on a previous video was commenting about that. There's that 4th base at the gold for Railgun. Wants to get that income up and in a healthy spot here, getting +2/+2 for the Carapace and the missile attack, as well as getting that muscular augment upgrade for the Hydralisks to make them have better range and walk faster. Ravagers, okay. Oh man, you can't let Pain have that though. You got to go kill that immediately. I'm not even sure if Railgun knows that's there, but he's coming down this path anyway. The army is ready for it though, picking off an Adept. And here we go, another big battle between Void Rays. The Void Rays back out though, one almost dying immediately to this large number of Hydralisks. Railgun again wants to kill this base. Pain doesn't want to lose his units, but at the same time he doesn't also want to lose this Nexus. He doesn't want to be forced to be cancelled. Stasis Horde being thrown down by this Oracle. Interesting play indeed, but I think this Nexus is going to be forced to be cancelled. And no, doesn't get the cancel off, does Pain. As Corrosive Bile lands, missing everything as usual. Adept patrolling? Nope, just moving back and forth wherever she pleases, checking for a base. Up at the north, there's not one there. There's nothing really else going on in the Protoss base, just making those carriers. Ooh, getting Templar Archives at the same time. Here comes a pretty scary force, though, from Pain. There are 3 carriers, and a whole ton of Void Rays, and they are looking for blood. So let's follow this unit composition wherever they decide to go. And actually, Railgan moving along the top lane. This is something that happens on this map quite frequently. We have people passing in the night, heading east along the top lane, heading west along the bottom lane, or vice versa. And here we come. This rock tower has been knocked down. Railgan is going to try to get through it, but make his presence known at the same time. And here come the Void Rays in a spot that is hard to attack for Railgan. So he backs out. Going to back out to the middle of the base. His creep spread is just incredible. Look at this creep heading out across here, almost to this rock tower that's been collapsed. This base is fully established. Railgan does have 76 total workers. Pain has 65 total. If you look at the resources lost, I suppose we're looking at about even right now. So 1,300 to 1,400, 350 to 250. We'll have to see in the next big battle exactly who comes out ahead in that way. All of these creep tumors are going to die, though. The Void Rays are not happy about them being so close to the base. Oh, these ones do manage to survive thanks to the Hydras that are coming on in and sniping down one of the Void Rays. Mothership Core pickoff would be nice as well, but instead they'd retreat. Just kind of dancing back and forth, just kind of rubbing noses, giving each other an Eskimo kiss, and then heading back on out. We are making Overseer's excellent choice because there's probably a mothership on the way. At some point, anytime Skytoss goes air, might as well get a mothership, to be honest. Is that a 5th base? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5th base coming up for Railgun. This gold has now been established for Pain, though, but it was delayed by Railgun, which is good for him, for sure. He's getting that Corrosive Bile range upgrade that Blizzard has considered removing. By the time of this cast, it's possible that it might have already happened. And also getting a Spire, excellent for the Corruptors. Corruptors do really, really well against carriers. Not so well against Void Rays, but the Hydras can clean those up. No problem at all. So here we are with a pretty good anti-air composition. A few roaches just in case some adepts get mixed in, or some zealots or something, I suppose. I don't really know. Queen taking some pot shots at that Oracle duo. And here's another revelation, trying to take out creep tumors. This Queen is in the wrong place. She backs out just in time, and here we come. We're trying to catch it. Storm on all the Hydras, though. Massive storms. Corrosive Biles being thrown down at the same time, but I don't see many units dying for Pain. If we're going to be honest, all those Hydras died. Whoa. 40. What is that? Why are they both Protoss? That's weird. Railgun has lost 4,700 minerals, 2,000 gas to 28 and 1,300 for Pain. So definitely came out on top end of that particular battle. Corrosive Biles being thrown down, missing everything, hitting that plant. Doesn't actually damage the plant. I feel like probably should, based on the mechanics here. But yeah, trying to replace those Hydras. Units lost tab tells a terrible story of Hydra massacres. 25 Hydras have died, 11 Roaches, 4 Ravagers, 2 Overseers, 17 Creep Tumors. Good howdy. And meanwhile, Protoss is doing okay. 1 Carrier's died, 3 Void Rays have died, an Oracle, 3 Templar, or 3 Adepts. So nothing too major. Another Revelation being thrown down, though. This is an excellent use of Revelation on this map. Pain being able to know exactly where Railgun's army is invaluable to him. Taking another base here is Pain. That is his 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th base at this point. I think it is. And yeah, warping in pylons, probably a couple cannons just to make sure no Ling run buys happen. Ling buys? I guess you can call them Ling buys if you wanted to. But yeah, hey look, a Ling run by, but they have Revelation on them, so they can't really sneak anywhere, unfortunately for Railgun. And the carriers come out, try to snipe a couple of them off, but the Lings all manage to survive and come out with the rest of the army. Here we go. Here are some Vipers. Maybe for some Adduct to bring some of the carriers in, but man, Pain is almost basically maxed out. 195 total supply. +3/+3 missile attack, and Carapace is just about to finish at the same time for Railgun, though. So he has the army composition to deal with this. I really think he does. Has a lot of money in the bank as well. He can remax if he needs to. All these bases up, and here he is. He's going for it, abducting in one of the carriers. And storms on top of everything, though. Can we get that carrier? No! Doesn't even kill the carrier that was abducted. Railgun really, really worried about this storm play. That's been really damaging to him. But pushing now is Pain. Pushing a little bit, backing up, pushing. He's waiting for these Templar to catch up. I think he doesn't want to be caught without those guys. Taking out individual creep tumors as well. Just trying to restrict Railgun's reign on the map with these creep tumors and the speed bonus, as well as the vision that the creep gives him. Lings are coming down, saying, is there a base down here we can kill? No, there's not. How about here? No, there's not. There are 3 cannons here, though. That's a lot of cannons, and these Lings are not super well upgraded. They do have the +2 Carapace, soon to be +3, which is nice. +1 melee being researched as well, but this cannon number is pretty big. Oh, Stasis Sword catches a bunch of the Lings. Man alive, I really like what Pain is doing here. Are both these Oracles finally going to die? Nope, one of them does die. The other one managed to survive, however. And yeah, these Lings are going to be taken down by the combined might of the entire Protoss fleet in about 5 seconds here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And there they go. They're going to try to get some damage on that cannon, but no, it doesn't really happen. Sadly for them. Another base up here. We are harassing from behind this mineral line. A lot of probes are going to die. Caustic spray being used on this Nexus. Cannons are wailing away, but it is no use for it whatsoever. The Nexus is definitely going to fall. Feedback being used on these queens, but the Nexus ends up dead. Railgun happy with that pickup. Didn't hardly lose anything there. This queen's going to die just because she's left behind. Actually, she survived fairly well with that +3 upgrade. Carapace upgrade, anyway. Adrenal glands being researched for the Zerglings, as well as plus Carapace for the flying units. I think Pain really needs to make something happen here. He needs to kill a base after losing his own. And yeah, what's it going to be? The Vipers are trying to use Consume to get their energy back up before this big battle. But the Storms... Pretty good dodge there by Railgun. Another storm is probably on its way, though. Yes, it is. And just running through it is Railgun. Feedback going down on the Vipers. The Vipers are pretty much useless. Several of them end up dead. Hydras, Queens, Corruptors trying to kill what they can. There are some Void Rays left behind after that recall, and they are actually going to die here. I think the Corruptors chasing them down. Another Volley enough to kill that. Yes, that carrier ends up dead at the same time. Void Rays dying left and right. Resources lost tab. We are evening up right now. So the Protoss is still... no, Protoss has now lost 9,000 minerals, 4,100 gas, 7,000 minerals, 4,300 gas for our friend Railgun. 16-7 workers. So at this point in the game, honestly, that's not a huge number. But as the carriers come in once more to shoo everybody away from taking care of that base, this Nexus has already been replanted, surprisingly. But at 68-48 total harvesters, Railgun is definitely in the lead. He's moving around with his army. This mass queen play, I kind of like it. To be honest, these guys are super tanky. Look at this, 4 armor. They do come with a 1 armor in the base, so that makes them excellent as well. We're replacing the infestors that died earlier. They're pretty low on energy, though, which is a problem. Revelation, again, throwing down on these units. They can't go anywhere without Pain know exactly what is going on. This base is coming up now. Another Link counterattack would be a good time to do that, but I think Railgun's attention is elsewhere. So 16 minutes into this match, we are just getting started. I feel like we're just kind of resetting. The map is pretty much split in half. Railgun has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 total bases. Pain has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 total bases. So Railgun's up that way, but he needs to be as the Zerg player. And here he comes once more. Storms on top of those Ravagers, killing a couple of them. The carriers finishing off a couple at the same time. But that's about it. I mean, Railgun's doing a good job dodging these storms, not letting the damage kill him too much. Man, a parasitic bomb like right in there. 2 or 3 or 4 of them would be amazing. Got to get rid of these Templar too somehow. But so far they've been pretty indestructible. They don't want to die. And Pain's doing a good job babysitting them as well. The probes evacuate there just at the threat of Railgun showing up. Are we going to caustic spray again? Whiffing on that storm was Pain, but most of his storms have been pretty good so far. So I'm not going to hit him too hard for that. But again, this gold base is up and running. We're long distance mining from this base. The Nexus is just about to finish. And there it goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 total now for Pain. Coming in again, just trying to kill individual workers. Pain's reaction time is amazing here. Corrosive Bile being landed, trying to kill workers. I think that was a total miss as well. And these Templar, though, a storm on 4 Ravagers doesn't really hurt them too much. Just getting shots off where they can, hoping to bait Pain out into this particular area. Greater Spire on the way. I don't know if Broodlords are the way to go here, but whatever. We are actually getting chitinous plating. When did we get the Ultralisk Cavern? There it is, going Ultras against Sky Toss? I don't know about this strategy at all, Railgun. More Corrosive Bile being thrown down left and right, just doing the lover's dance here, back and forth. Nobody really committing at this point. Oracle's coming in, throwing down another Revelation on pretty much just those Ravagers, and then getting the rest of the army there. Excellent, excellent play. This is the best use of Revelation I have seen ever. Just make sure I'm calling that the correct thing. It is Revelation. That's Stasis Sword and Pulsar Beam. Alright, here we go. So again, Ravagers just killing individual workers left and right here. Total number of workers killed is now 17 for Pain, but he doesn't really care. I mean, that's not a crippling number of workers to lose, especially not in a 20-minute game. Individual interceptors are dying. Every interceptor that dies is actually a good thing for a Railgun, because those things cost money. And if this game goes on long enough, it might come down to who gets starved out first. And if Pain is consistently... Ooh... That queen died on the feedback. Consistently replacing interceptors just 25 minerals at a time. he will run out of money, I think, more quickly than a Railgun will, especially because he's using his units here more effectively using Broodlords. All right, so maybe he's going to siege this base with Broodlords, protect them with his air units. I don't know, maybe lay siege to the gold base here, maybe try to take out these cannons. The Broodlords are going to try to do something. This much I can guarantee. So zooming out again, moving up here is a pretty big swoop of Corruptors. They do a +1, +2 attack, or 1 attack upgrade and 2 armor upgrades here. Another base being taken by Railgun because why the heck not? Throwing down spines and spores just to make sure it doesn't die too quickly to any attacks that Pain can make on it. This is the only base that has remained untaken so far. This might be the biggest macro game I have ever seen in Legacy of the Void. So here we go. We are laying siege to this base with the Broodlords. They're going after probes, using Caustic Spray on this Nexus. Once more, the armor is going the wrong direction for Pain. I don't know what that's all about, but yep, no saving this at all. That's a lot of Caustic Spray on those Corruptors. If you haven't seen that before, Caustic Spray emits a stream of acid that deals 7 damage per second for 4.3 seconds, then increases to 35 damage per second until the building dies. It doesn't work on units, it only works on buildings, so it's not that super duper overpowered, but man, sniping down buildings, it's just nice to see Corruptors have just another spell that they can use, another use in StarCraft 2 other than they kill air units and they throw down corruption, which nobody really uses because it's not that great. Alright, here we go. Railgun making an attempt here on this gold base. I don't think it's a great idea just because it's basically mined out. Maybe getting all the way down to this corner also is dangerous though, because you're basically trapped at that point. But here comes the Broodlord Assault using the Interceptors to try to take down Broodlords. But look at that. Interceptors are going down left and right. Well, surviving a little longer than I thought, but completely lost there. Total number of Interceptors lost 178 so far in this game. Resources lost here, 12,300 for Pain. Railgun at 9,000 minerals there, so he's definitely in the lead. He's been pretty cost effective. Another storm though on top of all of those Corruptors trying to back out. Feedbacks again on Queens, feedbacks on Vipers, backing out. The Broodlords are trying to run, but they're so slow. Pain, I think, might have had enough of this. To be entirely honest, we're coming on in again. Broodlords are left behind. They are going to die. There's really no saving them at this point. Taking out creep tumors, going after drones, laying siege to this base. Pain is not happy about things, and he wants to make this work. 10 Corruptors are in production, though, plus 3 melee as well, and 17 Hydras in production for Railgun right now. So here is a big battle. The Hydra's coming on in, trying to get into a big group, trying to spread out. Feedback again on top of everything. The entire Zerg army does get stormed. Oh, man, so many Corruptors are dying left and right. Transfuses, though, on the Corruptors, trying to keep them alive. Hydras not in a great spot either. The carriers are pretty much untouched. Railgun supply is plummeting down to 139 total. These Queens are trying to do what they can, but they're focusing down Interceptors instead of trying to kill the carriers themselves. Another storm on top of these Hydras. The Corruptors are still not focusing on anything at all. There are 25 Corruptors in production, though, right now for Railgun. If he can get those out, he might be able to turn the tide here, but at the same time, he's losing units left and right. The Broodlord has actually managed to clean up some of the Templar here. I think, how many Templar have been lost so far in this game? 18. So maybe that is the fact. Corruptors need to get together, target individual, there we go, going after individual carriers one by one, actually using corruption just a little bit, targeting the more weakened ones. Hydra's in here as well, and there's the recall, as Pain did not like where that battle was going. Checking the resources lost once more. 19,000 resources lost for Pain, but Railgun has taken the lead with 23,900 minerals and 13,000 gas. Only 6,000 gas has been lost so far by Pain. That's a little bit insane. But here we come again, trying to kill what we can with this Corruptor Hydra army, but the carriers are here to hold that off. They say, no way, Jose, you're not getting to this base. We are going to play defense here for sure. Probes are transferring up to this base. There is creep crawling up onto this Nexus. That always looks so gross when creep is onto a Protoss or Terran structure. Look at that. It looks like it's just dirty and not performing well, but it performs as well as it does if there's no creep on it. Oracle's again throwing down Revelation on this huge Corruptor army. Have we actually made any Ultralisks is the question. No, the other Ultralisk gen is there. They would be fully upgraded. But, no, that has not happened. So, once again, clearing out creep. Pain knows exactly what he is all about. Spine Crawlers taking out individual probes. He now has 2 kills. He's very happy about that. This base has been mining happily for pretty much the last 10 or 15 minutes, which is excellent for Railgun. This base as well was under fire for a second, but has pretty much been able to mine it at the same time. Railgun is super low on money, though. Look at Payne, too, though. He is spending a lot of money on interceptors, exactly like I was talking about. Another attack here. I just missed it, but I don't think much happened. Again, just sort of dancing. Are there Templar on the field? There are two. There are two Templar on the field. The storms that were so useful in the early parts of the game are not available to Payne, and I don't know if he has the money to do it. He has the gas, but again, he's just spending so much money on these interceptors. That is the problem with the long-term use of carriers, is that interceptors are cheap, but they add up, man. If you have this many carriers, each interceptor 25 minerals, it totally adds up. This base being planted by Railgun as well. Another storm pretty much whiffs. More and more interceptors dying left and right. Trying to replace them consistently here is Payne, but again, 349 interceptors have died in this game. 349 times 25. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to go ahead and try to do it here on my phone real quick while I'm casting. Let's go here. Let's go here. Let's go 349 times 25. Equals 8,725 minerals have been lost so far just for interceptor replacement. For Payne, that's actually quite a bit, especially in a game that is going into the late stages where the bases are starting to get mined out. Making another push, though, again with not many Templar. Okay, he has 7 now. Never mind, that's a little bit better. Are they in this army? And yes, they are. Templar are in this army. This hatchery is going to die, but it's entirely mined out. I guarantee Railgun does not care about this at all. All the gas is gone. All the minerals are gone. Losing these creep tumors is kind of a problem. Losing these eggs. Look at how long it takes to kill an egg with this many interceptors. As he gets the refund there. Are we pushing anywhere? No, we're playing defense. Railgun again playing defense here. Payne hasn't really been able to affect the main or the natural, which is where most of the tech is for Railgun, which has been very, very good for him. So we're splitting out hiders along the left side. Nope, everybody grouping in again. Railgun kind of experimenting with some placement, how he wants to do this against this Protoss Skytoss Deathball combined with Storm. Again, just because Storm is amazing against all Zerg units. Pushing out once again is Railgun. He just I don't know, is he trying to whittle Payne down? He's trying to find favorable engagements, and there it is once more. Feedback going down on the Corruptors, getting a good concave here. One carrier goes down. Parasitic Bomb on top of these carriers as well. We're focusing down individuals at this point, transfusing individual Corruptors. They're the ones that are the heroes here. Hydras at the same time, focusing down individual units, individual weakened, and that's it. Payne is defeated. Railgun's victorious, and Payne has left the game. Railgun taking a second here before leaving to take out the remainder of this Skytoss army, and he does. So wow, just incredible back and forth here. Payne, an amazing player. Railgun as well, just dancing back and forth. And again, I just think it came down to just losing all those interceptors. In the end, Payne did lose 25,000 minerals, 8,000 gas, but Railgun sacrificed 30,000 minerals and 16,000 gas, almost 17,000 for this victory. So good for him, making use of the Zerg units as best he could. I really felt like having this base, being able to mine out this base, having this base untouched as well. Payne didn't do a great job being mobile here, but in the end, Railgun's decision, his composition, his use of the Corruptors, his Hydralisks, the Vipers as well with Parasitic Bomb, that was just too much for Payne to overcome, and he won the game. So, congratulations to him. Thank you so much for watching today. This has been FalconPaladin with yet another Daily Blizzard upload. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook, all at /FalconPaladin. And until next time, as always, you take care of yourself.